Welcome to Virtual Pathfinder channel. In this video I will show how I captured images of Uranus and some of its moons. I used a portable equipment and a relatively small refractor and a stellarium for iOS. I have shot some images of Uranus last year, but at that time I didn't capture any of its moons. Actually, I wasn't sure if it would be possible to do with a small telescope. I'm still amazed it's possible to do it, and it makes me inspired to try to capture a moon even further out, which is Neptune's moon Triton. But that will be in another video. Neptune and Uranus are outer planets at the edge of the solar system, classified as ice giants. Those are mostly made up of a kind of hot, dense fluid. That makes the moons a bit more interesting, since they have solid surfaces of water ice. I will have a look at that later. If you're interested in astronomy, astrophotography, or just interested to put our existence into perspective, remember to subscribe to this channel. I publish videos about how to discover and capture objects in space using small, affordable equipment. Now let's first have a look at Uranus and its moons. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun. It is an ice giant, mostly made of water, ammonia and methane. It has a complex atmosphere with layered cloud structure, where the minimum temperature is about 49 Kelvin or minus 224 Celsius, which is the lowest among the planets in the solar system. It has an axial tilt of 82 degrees, which makes it appear to be rolling along the orbital plane. As a consequence, with an orbital period of 84 years, the poles are 42 years in total darkness, followed by 42 years of continuous sunlight. The planet's rotation period is 17 hours. It has a ring system, a magnetosphere, and many natural satellites. Among them are 19 known moons, of which 14 are small inner moons. Further out, there are 5 major moons: Miranda, Ariel, Umbrian, Titania, and Oberon. At greater distance are 10 irregular moons. In this video, I will have a look at some of these moons seen through a small refractor. Uranus has only been visited once, and that was by Voyager 2 in 1986 during a flyby of the planet. The images shown here are taken by Voyager 2. There is a proposal for a mission called Uranus Orbiter and Probe Mission. There is also a proposal to make a flyby of the planet as part of the Chinese Tianwen-4 mission. Enough about the planet, let's have a look at the equipment for capturing images of the planet and some of its moons. My equipment setup includes a stable photography tripod and a small portable star tracker, which is Vixen Polari. The star tracker is powered from a power bank, but it can also be driven by ordinary batteries. I use a counterweight to be able to use this star tracker with the telescope. Without counterweight, it can only handle payloads up to about 2 kilograms. I have attached a finder scope, which is aligned with the rotation axis of the star tracker, so that precision polar alignment can be performed. If alignment is done with precision, the camera will track the movements of the stars caused by Earth rotation. The camera I use is a crop sensor Micro Four Thirds camera attached with an adapter to the small telescope. The telescope is a refractor Skywatcher 72 ED, which is a relatively bright telescope. The focal length of this telescope is 420 millimeters, and it has a focal ratio of f/5.8, which is fairly bright. I set the camera initially to ISO 6400. The exposure time I used at the start was 40 seconds. Once I had captured the planet, I changed the ISO to 800 and increased the exposure time a bit to 60 seconds. Uranus moons are small and high ISO creates noise, so lowering ISO usually reveals more details in the image. I could have tried to go even lower to ISO 200, but then I would have to increase the exposure time to several minutes. If I had the time, I could also have stacked some images to reduce noise. In any case, the single frame images are good enough to reveal some of Uranus' moons, as I will show later. Using a Stellarium app in iOS called Sky Safari Pro, I could locate the planet in the sky. During the evening of imaging, Uranus was located near the Pleiades, so it was very easy to find the planet in the sky. I aimed and took a shot a couple of times to get the planet centered in the images. I could do up to a minute of exposures without any star trails, so the alignment was good. This image is a screenshot from the Sky Safari Pro app showing where the moons were located at the time of imaging. The circle shows the field of view for this telescope when used with a Micro Four Thirds camera. As can be seen in Sky Safari, Uranus was slightly below the Pleiades, and the image circle shows that both those objects cannot be captured at the same time. So with high ISO setting and live time view function in the camera, it is possible to locate Uranus, although it was not visible in the finder scope. Let's have a look at the result. Here are the results of the imaging. First, I had to take a shot at the Pleiades, which was the starting point for the star hopping to Uranus. It was really good to get a long exposure to get a bright image where the interstellar dust cloud can be seen. Then I aimed a bit below the Pleiades and captured the first image of Uranus. As can be seen, the moons are visible, but the image is slightly noisy, so I lowered the ISO setting from 6400 to 800 and increased the exposure time to 60 seconds. Here is the resulting image with that setting. As can be seen in this image, there are two moons clearly visible, and when comparing the information in the Stellarium app, it is clear that the moon to the right is Titania, and the one to the left above the planet is Oberon. It is also interesting that there seemed to be another faint object near Titania, which may be Miranda, but more likely the brighter of them is a star in the background, and the faint object is probably Titania. This was interesting. I haven't tried to image the moons of the outer planets before I took a shot at Saturn's moons. Now I feel a bit inspired to try to image Neptune's moon, Triton. Maybe I'll try that as my next project. That was all for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next video. Until then, have a good day and many starry nights.